Kansas Christian and Manhattan Christian today from Keene, Texas. It's the 2-seed Falcons and the 3-seed Thunder here in semifinal number 1, this 2022 Division II Southwest Region Soccer Tournament from Southwestern Adventist University on a 76-degree, cloudy, and gusty day in Texas. Hi, everybody. Chris Shima, glad to be with you for semifinal number 1 of 2 here today. We'll have the top seed Randall taking on the host school Southwestern Adventist coming up after this one. But the Falcons and Thunder for the third time this season, and Kansas Christian had the upper hand in the first 2 meetings, beating the Thunder both times. On September 28th, the Falcons won 3-1 in Overland Park. The shots were plus 10 for KCC, 21-11. Meanwhile, October 12th, the Falcons also won that 4-2 in Manhattan. Shots in that game, 14-7 in favor of Kansas Christian. For the Falcons, they are 8-5-1. Manhattan Christian, the Thunder are 10-8. Kansas Christian unbeaten in Southwest Region play this season, 6-0-1, and the Thunder finished the regular season at 7-3 in the Southwest Region. Manhattan Christian last played in the MCCC tournament and winning against Barclay in the opening round 11-0 before falling to Faith Baptist in the semifinals. And Kansas Christian, they played Randall on the 22nd of October and tied them 1-1. So, some interesting things to sort out as both of these teams look to book a tournament championship game appearance, which will be tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Winner, of course, of the Southwest region gets one of the automatic bids into the national tournament down in Florida later this month. So it'll be Kansas Christian to possess first. In front of the net for the Falcons is number 31, Joao Dos Reis. Also starting today is on the back line, it's number 2, Tuolong Tong. Number 3 is Jose Reyes. Number 5, Abraham Atu. Number 8, Fred Muganza. Number 9 is Ombengi Mubengwa. Number 10 is Ruben Base Biche, sound it out, Chris. Number 13, Angel Hernandez. Number 14 is Talis Rocio. Number 22, Roberto Mugabe. And number 28 is Paul Luwawa. Meanwhile, for the Thunder and Joe Lopez starting today in front of the net is number 0, Hagen Dyer. Number 2, Corey Bates also gets a start. Number 5, Jonathan Moon. Number 6, Renzo Canzano. Number 9 is Benito Valdez. Number 10 is Chris Smith. Number 11, David Crook. Number 12 is Andrew Davis. Number 13, Lucas Kaneko. Number 16, Tim Toy. And number 22 is Dakota Fox. So that's the starters for both of these teams as we're in the second minute, just underway from Keene, Texas. Offside flag is raised on the first attacking attempt for the Thunder. And they are a step or two off. So, the Falcons, as you can probably tell from my starting lineup stumbles, a international of flair to their roster as Coach Fadlala has several international players on this roster. In fact, most of them are international. A couple local products as well, but a lot of players from overseas. We're going to have a throw in here for the Thunder. That's Moon over on the far side for Manhattan Christian. Valdez. And gives it right back. Chris Smith for the Thunder, player to keep your eye on here in this game. Wearing number 10 in blue. Third in Division II with 17 goals on the season. He's 5th in overall points with 35. 5th in shots on the season with 60. And then 4th in shots on goal with 38. He is scored 17 of the 57 team goals this season. But Jonathan Moon, who we've already mentioned, has 7 goals on the year as well. Kansas Christian, a little more balanced. Several players. This is a football-sized, an American football-sized roster. Muganza firing it, and it's deflected in off of the defender. But also a foul is called here, so we're going to have a free kick for the Thunder, but we got to check. 2 players are down right now. A free kick for the Falcons, excuse me, and a player down right now for the Thunder. Took a wicked shot on that block. The center back for Manhattan Christian. Can't see the jersey number, so we're going to hold off on that. Okay, I believe that was Tim Toy, the center back. Now what's going on? The players are talking to the officiating. I thought we had a free kick getting set to take place. I think they might be giving Tim a few extra seconds. So Kansas Christian was looking for a foul call. We were under the impression there was going to be a free kick, but it looks like that has changed. Unless they're moving them back further. That appears to be the situation. So I thought it was going to be right outside the top of the box. Now it'll be Paul Luwawa who will take this free kick and sportsmanly rolls it to Hagen Dyer. The sophomore keeper for the Thunder, a 3.06 goals against average, 67% save percentage, 99 saves on the year. No clean sheets, though. Turnover here by the Thunder. The through ball over to the far side, and a battle for it is won by the Falcons. Played into the box. They're looking for Muganza, and it trickles back to Dyer. This is a Falcons team last year in the regionals. They beat Southwestern Adventist in the first round 2-0, then fell in the semis to Randall 2-1. But a team that's made national tournament appearances recently, as far back as 2018. It was back-to-back years, as a matter of fact, 2017 and 2018, that they've been in the national tournament. Cross in for the Falcons. We have no number 11 on the roster. Folks in Kansas Christian were nice enough to supply the roster earlier this week, but as is when you have 80 people on the roster, like Kansas Christian does, there's always one that's missing. So, shot fired in. It comes back to Dyer. Falcons have had more of the possession here in the early going of this one. Manhattan Christian trying to change that. Little tap back to Fox. Running out of real estate. Crook over on the far side for the Thunder playing it. And they were looking for Smith, but that's going to roll to Rays. Jua Dos Rays, a 59% save percentage this year, a 3.52 goals against average. 25 goals allowed, the senior for the Falcons. Toy's going to throw it in. Feeling much better. So we're in the 6th minute, just underway. Chris Shima, glad to be with you for both semifinals today. 2 over on the far side. Nice defensive play there for the Falcons. Abraham, a 2. Toy, again, another nice defensive play. He blocked a shot in the early going of this one that had him shaken up for just a brief moment, but he's back to form and earns a throw-in for the Thunder. Thunder have played some close games this season. They are 4-2 in games decided by a goal. Bates turning it over for the Thunder this time. Luwawa plays it back to Rays. And Rays kicks it out of bounds. It is breezy, as I mentioned today at the start, 76 degrees, cloudy skies, wind gust up to 20 miles an hour in Keene, Texas. So keep an eye on that. The wind will certainly play a factor here today. That ball got away. It's flicked forward by Hernandez and out of bounds, so it'll be another throw as Crook jogs over for the Thunder. In the first meeting between these two teams during the regular season, Manhattan Christian actually got out to a 2-goal lead before falling 4-2. Or that was the most recent, back on October the 12th. Jaden Hickel scored, and then Corey Bates, Hickel in the 18th, Bates in the 21st, and then it was 4 unanswered for Kansas Christian. All of those came in the second half, by the way. Mugabe scored the first one in the 48th minute. It was tied on an own goal, and then Mugonza scored the go-ahead goal in the 85th minute, and Rocio tacked one on in the 89th minute. Meanwhile, the first meeting of the year, Kansas Christian won that one 3-1 on goals for Mugonza and Mugabe. The defender Tong also scored a goal in that one. Manhattan Christian, their lone goal by Benito Valdez. So both meetings relatively close. Kansas Christian did win them both, however, as the Falcons did not lose in Southwest Region play. As I mentioned, the Thunder 7-3. They had a bad loss against Randall, 11-0 in the regular season. So the winner of this game will play the winner of our game later this afternoon between the top seed Randall and Southwestern Adventist. Put up 8 goals, the most since I could go as far back as 2016, and the Knights had not scored that many goals since that time. Going to be a foul called over on the far side, as a little over-aggressive, they say, for the Falcons, trying to get the counterattack going. Hernandez over there, I believe. So it'll be a free kick for Toy and the Thunder here in the 10th minute. It's going to bounce. Ray's trying to get there and got the flag raised over on the far side. The camera didn't move with the ball, so I couldn't see. But I'm not sure what happened over there. They're going to give a corner kick, so we missed a key play there. But it will be a corner kick for Manhattan Christian. And you can kind of see the way that the flag is blowing. It's blowing in, so if you're taking this corner, you almost want to aim outside the box, because you can see the way they're actually wisely going to take it short. Not a bad effort there by Toy. A little over-aggressive on the shot. Here in the 11th minute, it's wide to the left, and it goes behind for a goal kick. But that flag is doing business out there, and that is not a small American flag. This is all ahead of some nasty weather that's predicted for tomorrow, and unfortunately, it's predicted for sometime in the afternoon. So fingers crossed that we'll be able to get things off without a hitch tomorrow. They're looking in for Pereira for Kansas Christian. Ball too far forward. Leo Pereira, 2 goals and an assist on the year. The leader is Roberto Mugabe with 7 goals, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 other players have at least 4 goals for Kansas Christian, and most everybody on the roster has scored at least once. Was that shot deflected? No, so it'll be another goal kick for the Thunder. 12th minute, 0-0 between the 3-seed Manhattan Christian and the 2-seed Kansas Christian. These two teams meeting for the third time this season, the in-state rivals. And for the Falcons, this is a very unselfish team and a team that knows how to find each other. 69% of all the goals scored this year assisted on by the Falcons. Right now, Mubengwa plays it back. Pereira being hounded by Smith. Chris Smith. Some nice play there, but the Thunder unable to get the counterattack going. So the Falcons will try it on the through ball to Mubengwa. And that'll be cleared behind by Toy for a corner kick. So the Thunder had a corner a couple minutes ago. First corner here for the Falcons. I'm wondering, since I don't see a number 10, it's if number 11 is actually Besu Biche. It would make sense because he's the team leader in assists if he's going out there to take the corner. Tell you what, Falcons fans, that ball into the box. It's headed the wrong way, though, by the Falcons, and Kaneko clears it behind for another corner. But Falcon fans, I got the link to my website. You can send me a text, and you can let me know who number 11 is if you want to help me out here. So that second corner kick, it looks like the wind got most of that one, and it'll be a goal kick for Dyer. That would be my guess, though. Ruben Besubiche would be number 11, and that would make a lot of sense considering what he's been doing with the ball. But again, near side Rocio. Luwawa will play it back. Reyes is going to go all the way back to Reyes. Folks, it looks like we might be having a little bit of buffering issues on my end here. Please do also let me know if you're having any broadcast, if you have any problems with the video buffering. Looks like we might have buffered a little bit there a couple seconds ago, and just kind of keeping an eye on that for you guys too. So 15th minute, still 0-0. Most of the opportunities for Kansas Christian. Couple of corner kicks from them, one for Manhattan, and another foul called here on the Falcons. Toy again is kicking into a gusty wind. Nice ball, all things considered, although it's headed out by the Falcons. Luwawa plays it far side. Here's Valdez now for Manhattan. Please move the camera. Oh, it's going to be a long, long day today. Hernandez with the header. Pereira now. Back again, Luwawa. th minute. Kaboy. Rocio with some nice pressure here, but Moon wins the battle. Nice little touch by Smith. The defense is there, though. That's Hernandez. Giving chase is Bates. Canzano, that's out of play. And he was able to get the deflection, they say. So 17th minute, we have our second corner kick for Manhattan Christian as Smith will take it. Chris Smith, 17 goals and an assist this season. Boots it into the box, punched out by Reyes. and headed forward by the Falcons. Quickly on the ball is Davis for the Thunder. Now Toy tried to cross it in. Hernandez on the far side for the Falcons. There's Moon now for the Thunder. The big guy is Hickle. Falcons again will try to get the counter going. It's been good pace, good energy to this game. Both teams, their back four have played well, though, and we are still 0-0 here in the 18th minute now. Toy going to throw it in. Moon the header. Bates heads it back. Kaneko on the far side loses the battle with Hernandez. That's going to be off the Thunder, they say, so a throw up coming here for the Falcons. Pereira. Mubengwa. Offside flag was up, I do believe. Thunder and Falcons right now. The Randall Saints, region champs from a season ago. Manhattan actually played Randall last year in the championship game. They beat Arlington in the semis, then losing to Randall in the championship 3-1. This is a Thunder team that has made many national championship appearances, 20 of them since 1998. And they were three-time national champions in 2005 and then back-to-back in 2007 and 2008. So this is a program with a long history of success. Cross in Rosillo, collision in the box. Players going for the header, and it goes behind off the Falcons for another goal kick for Dyer. The Falcons, their athletics started more recently, but as I mentioned, they made a couple of appearances early into their membership in the NCCAA back in 2017 and 18. 21st minute, and that's going out of play as the Falcons get the clear. Smith looking for a quick throw. He'll give way to Corey Bates. 5 goals, 2 assists for the senior from Dallas. Now he gives away for Toy. So Tim Toy. Bates curves it, and it's short of the post. So Corey Bates, Dakota Fox, and Jaden Hickle, the 3 seniors on the roster for Joe Lopez's team. The lone senior, let me double check this. Yeah, the lone senior for the Falcons is the keeper, Rays, who boomed that one. Muganza on the ball. One-on-one with the keeper. The net's open, but it's wide to the right. The first real chance for the Falcons. And let's take a look at the replay as the Falcons try to sell a call that is pretty obviously not going to be made. Let's take another look at this. After that beautiful ball, nice header to keep possession. And then the ball got just a little too far forward from him, and certainly no foul there. So a goal kick, or wait, they called a penalty. They did call a penalty. Oh, my goodness. We're going to have to run that back after the penalty and take another look. So taking the penalty now is Talis Rocio, 1 goal on the year. The captain wearing number 14 for the Falcons. I'm stunned by this call. 22nd minute, chance for the Falcons here. Rocio into the back of the net. And it's 1-0 for the 2-seed Falcons. Let's take just another look at this. Okay, I think it's after. That's what I didn't see. I didn't see the after the ball got away. Boy, that's still tough. It's still tough, but it doesn't matter what I think, does it now? As we have a goal to start this one off this shot by Talis Rocio, the junior, with his 2nd goal of the year to put Kansas Christian up by a score of 1-0. And always when you're playing in these games, even though you've had success like the Falcons have against the Thunder this year, beating them twice, we can get that first goal. It's always a beautiful thing. Mubengwa again. This time, Toy is there to battle through the big guy. Still opportunity here for the Falcons as Luwawa had trouble with it, but it's off Canzano. So Rocio, who had the penalty goal, throws it in. Mugonza flicked forward by Luwawa, and it comes to Dyer. '24th minute. Ooh, collision there as Smith got whacked after the header. And Smith is down. Well, if we took a look at the first collision between a keeper and an attacking player, then let's take a look at this one. The difference there is that both players are going for the ball. So I know Thunder fans, you're probably at home or hopefully not at your office yelling, maybe looking for a penalty call there. I don't think we're going to see it this time as Chris Smith is down. So we have an injury break. We will step aside here for just a moment, come back. Back to action after the injury to Chris Smith for the Thunder. They have taken him off. Jose Delgado, number 4, the freshman, has come in. It's a huge loss for the Thunder and hopefully only a momentary loss for Manhattan Christian. You're talking about 17 goals on the season. That is a nice through ball. Hickel gets there. Hickel! And nice play by Reyes, the keeper for the Falcons, to keep this a one-goal game. So 25th minute. If you're just joining us in the 22nd, it was a penalty call that led to Talis Rosillo's penalty kick to make it 1-0 for the Falcons. And Manhattan Christian has had some opportunities here in this one, although credit the defense for the Falcons, and the keeper Reyes has played well as well here so far this afternoon. That ball headed over on the near side, trying to run it down. It's off the Falcons, so it will be a throw that Bates will take here. He gives way to Toy again. Chris Sheeman with you from the home studio in South Carolina. Watching the Southwest Region semifinals. Opportunity maybe for Valdez, trying to keep it alive via the header, but ball got away from him, and the Falcons able to pounce on it. Nice little throw in there. Luwawa trying to run it down, and it's played by Moon back to Dyer, who will pick it up on the pressure. Falcons trying to win all 3 this year with Manhattan. A foul called as Hickel hits the deck at center circle. Kaneko looking to take this free kick as his team gets set. Headed out there by Muganza, I believe. Counterattack is on now. Numbers here for the Falcons if they want to push forward. Ooh, pass off the mark though. Davis is there for the Thunder. Kaneko. His pass is short. Falcons get it back over on the far side. 27th minute. Falcons 1-0. Pass just a bit off. There's Luwawa, who used every bit of his stretching abilities to try to keep hope alive there for the Falcons, but they're quickly back on it. We have not seen much on the counterattack here today so far from the Thunder. Ooh, opportunity there off Ray's boot for Delgado, but again, defense holding firm for Kansas Christian right now. The Thunder are the 3 seed, Kansas Christian the 2 seed. Manhattan is 10-8. Kansas Christian is 8-5-1. And the Falcons had a really good close to the regular season, going 5-1-1. Played a brilliant game against Randall that was 1-1. Well, Randall played a really tough schedule to close the regular season. They always play a lot of NAIAs, as do the Falcons early on in the year, but Randall also met Pensacola Christian in a regular season game, which I'm a big fan of those big teams coming, as the sliding challenge is wide to the right there, so the Falcons looking for their second goal, but coming up empty. This is a Thunder team that has certainly the ability with 57 goals on the year, but they have given up 49. They are 9th in Division II in shots per game at 14.1. 8.6 shots on goal per game for Manhattan. But right now, it's Mubengwa looking to make it 2-0, and Dyer is there to make the stop. Dyer, nice boot. Wind is at his back. Far side cannot go. And a throw for 2. Abraham. Luwawa again trying to get the footing, couldn't do it. Here's Moon. Pressure, pressure, pressure. That's the aim of the game right now for the Falcons. You're seeing it on display right now every time Manhattan tries to get comfortable. Murcio had the penalty goal in the 22nd. We're in the 30th minute now, by the way, and it's 1-0 for the Falcons. Nobody home over on the far side for Kansas, so Dyer will boot it forward. Sun has peaked out a little bit more on a cloudy day in Keene, Texas. Davis. And again, Pereira is there. Nice defense that time by Davis, but a foul is called, so opportunity here for the Falcons on a free kick. The big guys, Muganza, number 8, Mubengwa, number 9, out over on the far side. Luwawa will take the free kick here for the Falcons. And that's going into the back of the net, off the deflection. And wait a minute, they're going to wave it off, I think. They're going to wave it off now. Dyer looking to go quickly here, but Mugabe, I thought, had it. But I believe the offside flag was up, so Manhattan catches a break, but they got to figure out a way to get more of the possession here because it is all Falcons in this opening half, and they are starting to clamp down even further. That, I believe, is Besubice sending it far side. Fight for it, Muganza trying to win it. That was Mubengwa. And then it's kicked out of bounds off the Falcons. So Thunder will get it back. Still without Chris Smith. I saw him kind of walking over on the sideline. They actually might have came back in as I see Delgado going to the bench. So Chris Smith is back out there. A good sign if you're a Thunder fan. One of the top attackers in Division II with 17 goals on the year. Another nice ball. Sprinting at it is Mugabe. Mugabe denied earlier and wide to the right this time. Roberto Mugabe, the leading goal scorer for the Falcons. 17 goals, 2 assists, 16 points on the year for the freshman. This is a young Falcons team. Rocio. Some one-on-one play. Canzano holding his own, but Falcons again do win the throw. Nope, correction. It's off the Falcons. Mentioned the hot close to the season. 5-1-1 for the Falcons over the final 7 in the regular season. The Thunder closed strong as well. In fact, they started strong and ended strong. They won 3 of 4 to start the year, Manhattan, and they closed the year winning 3 out of 4. So both teams coming in hot. The Falcons dominating possession here in this first half, though. Trouble, Mugabe and Dyer able to get there. Besubice. Center circle, it's Luwawa. A lot of energy in the opening 45 minutes so far for these Falcons as Mugabe loses it out of play, so it'll be a throw for the Thunder. Hickle on it, center circle. And that is too far forward. Ray's the only player even close. So 35th minute. We've got about 10 and a half left to go here in this one until halftime. First of two semifinals, Randall and Swayu coming up at approximately 4 p.m. I believe before that pass there was a whistle, so free kick for the Thunder. Won their semifinal last year against Arlington. And I believe Toy kicked it out of bounds, so we're going to have a throw in here for the Falcons. The wind is definitely a factor. Those of you who might be joining us later, gust up to 20 miles an hour. Running it down, Mubengwa held off by the defense again, that back line for the Thunder. Well, actually, they're going to call a foul, apparently, Mubengwa. So a lot of fouls for the Falcons. There hasn't been much that's gone wrong for them here in this opening half. Mubengwa quickly back on the ball. Luwawa. Mugonza near side now. Rocio. Pereira. Really nice ball movement for the Falcons. Besubice, ball into the box. Header was by Luwawa. No trouble that time for Dyer. Dyer is desperately trying to get the ball on the other end of the pitch. Nice back heel there quickly by Bates, but it rolls to the keeper again, Rays. Everything is just has a little too much on it right now for Manhattan. The passes are not getting where they need to go. Another whistle, and this time it'll be a free kick upcoming for the Falcons. Rocio scored the lone goal here in this opening half on a penalty kick in the 22nd minute. He's on the ball here for this freebie for the Falcons. '38th minute. Rocio and Dyer makes a dive on it to his right. Bates. Free ball at center circle. Rocio on it again. Luwawa. And the offside flag is up. So I believe that was Mubengwa who was off. Valdez for the Thunder. Now Davis. Headed by Mugonza. Bates. Trying to use his speed to get through some defenders. Some defenders coming up. This is dangerous now because it's going to be a 2-on-1. Mugabe, he's got Besubice on the near side. Keeps it himself. He'll fire, but it comes right to Dyer. Hernandez got a header on it, the center back. 2 on the far side, and it's off him. Hickle looking to throw quickly. So we're in the 41st minute. Hickle Bates, Hickle again, looking to go 1-2 with Bates, and Hickle's just got way too much on his passes right now. So inside 5 minutes now to go here in this opening half. A half that has been controlled by the 2 seed, the Falcons leading it 1-0. Mubengwa runs out of real estate. Some nice defense for Valdez. But again, his passes intercepted by Rosillo. Rosillo, nice little through ball. Quick touch over to Besubice. Ooh, some dancing. Putting on the moves right now, Besubice, and ran out of room. Less than 4 to go here in this opening half. We'll take our normal halftime break, folks. So I think we have some subs off screen, so we'll tell you about those once we get an opportunity. Maybe some late energy. Some fresh legs off the bench for the Thunder, trying to get an equalizer here late in this opening half. Hagen Dyer sends it ahead. Right back on it, the Falcons. Bates for the Thunder, battling with 2. Bates wins it. Met with a second defender. That was Mugonza getting back to help out the midfielder. And I believe a throw on the far side for Toy here. Bates appears to be shaken up. So Tim Toy, his teammate, giving him a minute to shake off the cobwebs. Through ball intercepted by the Thunder. That was Davis. Davis has had a couple of nice defensive plays. This has not been a bad defensive played game for the Thunder. The problem has been right there trying to get the counterattack going, and credit the pressure applied by the Falcons here in this opening half. They have really done a nice job. Near side Mugabe into the box, and that's through everybody's legs and out of play. 44th minute. Throw up coming for Hickle on the far side. Bates again. Gets it back on the 1-2. His ball goes out of play. 45th minute now, less than a minute to play here in this opening half. Falcons getting a penalty kick. Talis Rocio with his second goal of the year in the 22nd minute. Moon now for the Thunder. Looking for the through ball. Hernandez clears it away. And we got some buffering at the stadium, folks. Hang on, we'll get it back. So just a few seconds left, and get the sound back for you as well, so you don't just have to listen to me, because nobody wants to do that. Just a few seconds left here in this opening half. The Thunder trying for a last-ditch effort at an equalizer as Toy sends it into the box. And a nice play there by Rays. So my clock, I had the running clock going, and it's apparently a little bit off. So about a minute left now, as you can see on the scoreboard there in Texas. Still an opportunity here for either team. Inside 60 seconds to go. Luwawa. Toy is there ahead of Mugabe. Falcons keeping it in play. Mugonza. Top of the box, shot fired from Pereira, but right to Dyer, who's done a nice job for the Thunder keeping this a one-goal game. Manhattan Christian, again, just seconds left. Smith to the left. And that will do it for the opening half. So a penalty kick goal by Rocio for the Falcons in the 22nd has Kansas Christian, the 2 seed, up 1-0 after 45 minutes. We'll take the halftime break, come back, bring you more of this first semifinal in the Southwest region. We'll be back in just a little while. Underway here in the second half. Chris Shima, glad to be back with you. This is the 2022 Men's Southwest Region Soccer Tournament. First semifinal between the second seed, Kansas Christian, and the 3 seed, Manhattan Christian. And right now, the Falcons with a 1-goal lead over the Thunder. Talis Rocio with a penalty kick in the 22nd minute made it 1-0 to the Falcons, and that's where we've been ever since, although the performance by Kansas Christian has been much more dominant as we've seen them on the ball for much of the afternoon thus far. So Manhattan Christian, we'll see what adjustments that they have made here in this second half as they look to try to find an equalizer on this breezy day in Keene, Texas. Chris Sheeman with you here in the home studio in Greenville, South Carolina, but it is cloudy, blustery, and warm. That ball wide to the left on the first real counterattack opportunity for Manhattan Christian in some time. It's Smith who was just a bit off to the left. They're pointing to the corner. Raise the keeper for the Falcons, saying they never touched it, but it will be a corner kick, and Smith is going to jog out there. Wind gusts up to 20 miles an hour in Texas, and pretty consistent breezes going on in Keene, ahead of some, unfortunately for tomorrow, some nasty weather predicted. Smith boots it into the box. That's going to be headed out Muganza. Kaneko trying to keep the possession going, but Mugabe, beautiful ball. Muganza now on the near side. And that'll be cleared back by Manhattan. .48th minute just underway here in this second half. Falcons trying to get back to the national tournament for the first time in 4 years. Last time they were there was 2018. Since 1998, the Thunder have been there 20 times. Apparently that went behind for a corner. Hernandez is going to take it. Still an opportunity. Mugabe fires it, and that's going to be blocked by Dyer, who tried to grab it, couldn't do it. So now Luwawa will go over to the far side of your screen and take the corner kick on that side. A lot of action, a lot of energy for the Falcons. They have been the better side here through 49. Trying to add on this 1-goal lead. That's over everybody's head. Pereira chases it down on the near side. For Manhattan Christian, some positives. The defense has played pretty well for the most part. They've been under the gun here this afternoon. Muganza have to throw it in again. Watu will throw for the Falcons. Into the box, Pereira. Pereira beats 2 defenders, blocked by Dyer. And Toy plays it near side to Kaneko. Here is Bates. And his pass attempt is taken back by the Falcons. Besubiche, pass off the mark. But a 2 is there. Besubiche now to Reyes. Reyes and Hernandez, we haven't called their names too often, but their center backs for the Falcons have done a nice job, especially on the long pass attempts and also on the through balls for Manhattan Christian here today. Really keeping the attack at bay. Chris Smith did have an opportunity on goal, just seconds into this opening half, or into the second half, excuse me. Smith trying to get through 3 defenders there, and the counterattack getting cooking now. Through ball attempt was short. Davis, now Bates for the Thunder, keeps it in play. Bates gets around Luwawa. Hickle. Ball a little bit too far forward from him, and it's deflected off the Thunder. More of that defense on display there for the Falcons. Manhattan Christian and Kansas Christian played twice during the regular season. Falcons won both meetings back on the 28th. At home, Kansas Christian won 3-1 in Overland Park. Shots were plus 10 for the Falcons in that one, 21-11. And then October 12th, the Falcons won 4-2 in Manhattan. Offside flag was up there. Four players for the Falcons have at least 4 goals on the year, led by Roberto Mugabe with 7. And everybody just about outside of the keeper that plays regular minutes has also scored or had an assist. This is a very balanced team and a versatile team. The Falcons have a lot of guys, defenders who can attack, attackers who can defend, a lot of size, a lot of physicality. That's going to be a foul and maybe a card. Some frustration, yeah. Canzano for the Thunder, tackling by the jersey and the yellow card to Canzano. Rays now will boot it. Sends it over to the far side, and he's going to have to take a little bit off. In the first half, he had the wind blowing in his face, and you can see on the left side of your screen what the flag is doing. Not a tiny flag, so it's really blowing, so he really had to put a lot into it. Now he's got to take a little bit off of it. He's got that booming kick. Falcons fans are certainly aware of this. The big guy has a ton of power and ability. So first half, he had to put a lot more on it than maybe even he's used to doing. And now here with these goal kicks in the second half, he's going to have to take a little bit more off of it than probably he's used to. The wind is definitely a factor here today, especially for the keepers. I've seen some weird situations. Besabiche sending that one into the box. Mubengwa trying to run it down and keep it in play, but it'll go behind for a goal kick here in the 54th minute, or 9 minutes and change, or 8 minutes and change into this second half. But I've seen some really weird and called some really weird soccer games when the wind has been a factor. Dyer, Pereira, Luwawa on the far side, Besubiche at the half circle. Through ball looking in for Mugabe. Thunder tried to clear, it's sent in. What a grab there by Dyer. Hagen Dyer whips it forward, says, let's go. Bates from Hickle sends it forward. Headed again, that's Hernandez that time. Got a whistle. Looks like they got the Thunder on that call. So tomorrow's championship game could be really interesting. Weather is going to be a factor today. I think it's going to be even more of a factor tomorrow. And they're expecting it to really do it, too. Look at the, the far corner post. It was literally shaking. A 2 will throw it in here for the Falcons. 56th minute. Winding up and sending that one to the stratosphere was Luwawa. Dyer again. I think he wants to go quickly here. Credit Hagen Dyer, who has done a nice job to keep this a one-goal game. He has earned the big piece of the chicken in the post-game meal for his team. Another turnover. Luwawa. Credit these mids, too. We haven't talked enough about them today. Mugabe. Here's Rosillo. Luwawa tried to go back heel, got it back. Trouble now, Gwemga. And it's off. Just a little too much on that for Mubengwa. Looking to make it 2-0. Instead, another goal kick. Benny Mubengwa, a sophomore with four goals and 1 assist. Opportunity maybe for Bates. Bates, a lot of athleticism. That's a trickler, though. Reyes sends it to the far side. Battling for it over there. And Tim Toy clears it away. At a high ball, Crook with the header. Falcons stay on it momentarily. Mubengwa tried to make a play to the far side. Now he gets it back. Through ball looking for the big guy. Collision in the box. Both players going for the ball, I believe they say. Both players are down right now. So we have an injury stoppage. We're going to take a quick timeout here and come back in just a moment. So Tim Toy is being helped off right now for Manhattan Christian, has us in this lengthy injury timeout. We are in the 58th minute. Kansas Christian with a 1-goal lead, and that's me, Chris Shima. Glad to be with you from the home studio in Greenville, South Carolina, where it is not quite as windy as it is right now in Keene, Texas. We have a corner kick, by the way, as we get back to live action here. Getting ready to take it, the Falcons. The wind gusts have picked up now 25 miles an hour as the ball into the box. It's wide open, and I believe that's a 2 who's going to put it into the back of the net for the second goal for Kansas Christian. Let's take a quick look at the replay here and see what happened on that corner kick as Kansas Christian now up 2 goals. And you can see Dyer comes out of the box here, and it's wide open for the players on that back line. And Abraham Atu has scored for the second time this season, and he does so here in the 58th minute. Kansas Christian in control of this one now, 2-0. So the Thunder, if they want to keep their season going, have a lot of work to do, and so far they have not shown the offensive abilities to get back in it. We'll see if that can change. They did have an opportunity, Chris Smith, earlier in this second half, but for the most part, the Falcons have controlled this one. With plays like that from Luwawa, just midfielders have really been the story here today for the Falcons. When you have a performance like this, everybody gets the game ball, but midfielders not only starting the attack, but stopping the counterattacks through the Thunder have really played a role here today. I mentioned the center backs, Hernandez and Reyes. Now over on the far side, I believe that's Mugabe. Here in the 59th minute, he earns another corner kick, so Luwawa will take it. And the Falcons can really put this one away. Off another set-piece opportunity here in the 59th. Luwawa sends it, headed but to the left by Mugonza. So that one comes up empty, but the Falcons, Abraham Atu, putting it in the back of the net off a corner kick, making it 2-0 here in this second half. I mentioned the international flair for the Falcons. They do have 4 players from the Kansas City area on their roster, but players from 10 different countries, several of those from Brazil, but also Myanmar, Mexico, Ethiopia, Thailand, Rwanda, Tanzania, Sudan, Papua New Guinea, Zambia. Folks from all over the world likely watching this one here tonight. Besubice into the box. Extra pass, shot off the post, or off the crossbar, I should say, by Luwawa. And we're going to have our third corner kick here in the second half in the 61st minute. So the Falcons have recruited far and wide. I wonder, as Luwawa gets the corner, I'll wonder after this corner. Luwawa right to Dyer, who makes a play on it. If this was my team, let's just say that Chris Sheeman is the head coach. First of all, they probably wouldn't be 8-5. They'd probably be a lot worse. But let's just say for a second that this is my team. I got to think with all of these international players, at least one one time a season you get together and you have everybody cook the food of their country and you all get together and share that. Doesn't that sound like an awesome idea? There's some really good food in a lot of the countries I just rattled off for you folks. I don't know if that's something the Falcons ever do, but I'm telling you, food is all I think about usually. So that's where I'm going if I'm the coach. Is the offside flag down? It is. Nice ball by Mugonza. Now played over to the far side, and that cross is going to be headed to the near side here. Still an opportunity for the Falcons. Besubice into the box. And that one off the mark, so goal kick to come. But the Falcons have continued this pressure into the second half. It's a Thunder team that is not very deep. We've seen Jose Delgado come in for Chris Smith at an injury situation in the first half. But as you can see, he's the only one over there for Joe Lopez's team. And on that last attacking opportunity for the Falcons, you can start to see maybe that Thunder back four getting a little bit winded, getting a little bit tired. One goal for Manhattan, though, changes the whole conversation. Bates tries to get the attack going, and he's going to be tripped up. That might be a card. Bates staying down. Oh, they're going to red card him. Wow. So not to the yellow, right to the red, and that's going to be a man advantage then for Manhattan. And again, not sure exactly who number 11 is because I don't have a number 11 on my roster, folks, but I believe, just kind of guessing at it, that it's Ruben Besubice, the freshman, who has been sent off. So the Falcons have had all of the momentum here this afternoon, but a critical error that time causes the Falcons to be a man down. Bates is still down, by the way, so we're going to stop play again and take a break and take an injury timeout. We'll be back. So Bates is walking off gingerly. That means Delgado will come back in. And once we get back to action here, it's going to be Chris Smith from about 35 yards out. There's what happened yesterday, by the way. SWAU with one of their better performances ever, taking down Barclay by 8 goals to none. And then later today, SWAU and Randall in the rematch. That'll take place, I'm assuming they're going to give the teams probably about 20 minutes after this game is done. So the championship tomorrow, 3 p.m. Fingers crossed, weather permitting. Stay tuned if they get together in the morning or something. Maybe they change the time on that. I don't know, but as of right now, 3 p.m. tomorrow with weather on the way. Chris Sheeman back here with you. We're just about set to go here in the 64th minute. At least that's what I have. And a real opportunity now for the Thunder to get some momentum. Chris Smith, again, standing about 30 yards out, 35 yards away. Raises to stage left. Here we go. That ball into the box is going to be headed out. Still maybe an opportunity here for Manhattan. Nah, it's just going to trickle to Ray. So opportunity squandered there for the Thunder. But Falcons are playing a man down now. Losing Besubice, the player we believe is Besubice. Going to be another flag over on that far side. So this is going to be a chippy for the Falcons just outside the box here. That's through the hands of Dyer, makes a recovery and a beautiful play. So Dyer, it almost went through his hands, and had it gone through his hands, it would have been the third goal for Kansas Christian here today. Take a look at a replay on it when we can. Pereira and the Falcons back on the ball, though. Luwawa, Mugonza, and we got a buffer. Looks like we have a whistle on the far side. Kansas Christian player is down, so let's take another look here at this chip shot by the Falcons, and you'll notice the first play by Dyer, and if he doesn't make that recovery, that ball's going to trickle in for the third goal. Foul called on the Thunder as the Falcons player went down, so back to live action here. We have a free kick coming for Kansas Christian. Ball into the box. Luwawa gets there. Ooh, nice little foot on that one by Paul Luwawa. Goal and 2 assists during the regular season. Another freshman. As I mentioned in the first half, this is a very young Falcons team. The lone senior that we have seen play today is Joao dos Reis, the senior keeper. And when you have a young team, that's what you want. You want a strong leader in front of the net. It's helped propel Kansas Christian, although out to a 8-5 season. Little chippy goes wide to the right as Mubengwa looking for a goal again. Mubengwa had 4 goals on the year, one of 3 players with 4 goals this season, and 4 overall that have at least 4 goals for the Falcons. So 66th minute. Dyer will take this goal kick with the wind whipping. Southwestern Adventist and Randall in the other semifinal later on today. Smith fires it, comes right to Reyes, who will dive on it. In no particular hurry. This is a Falcons team in 14 matches, 35 goals, 30 allowed. 13.6 shots per game, giving up 13.1. 7.5 shots on goal per game. Opponents averaging just 5.7. 9th in assists in Division II with 24. And a goals against average, a team goals against average of 2.23. And that is 7th best in Division II. Mugabe on the far side sending it to Dyer. Thunder with a man advantage right now. But that has not made much a difference as of yet. There's still time for Manhattan. This is a team that scored 57 goals during the season in 18 games. They have the power to do this. Over on the far side, Valdez with it for the Thunder. It's going to be off Manhattan, they say. Now, right now, Corey Bates left with an injury. See if they can work him back in there. Another throw, Falcons. Luwawa, far side of center circle. Plays it to the far side, Mugabe. Into the box. Pereira. Off the back heel, gets it back. Fires it, but wide to the left. 68th minute. Another opportunity for the Falcons to put their third goal up. There's a 21 in for Kansas Christian. Yet another jersey number that's not on their roster. I don't even know why I bothered printing this thing off. Over on the far side, a whistle before that pass, I believe, as the Thunder try to get the counterattack. So some attacking players in for the Falcons. Couldn't tell you who. Luwawa at center circle. Chasing it down, Mugabe over on the far side again. Ball into the box. And it'll be cleared out by the Thunder defense. So a 2 will throw it in here in the 70th minute. Good to see Bates is back in there for Manhattan. That's a coming right back to Dyer, who makes a play on it. Bates heads it back. Here's Crook. Toy. Tough foot on that one. Fox tried to keep it alive for Manhattan, but Luwawa plays it forward to our mystery person. Looks like the defense is going to get there, though, for the Thunder to make a play here in the 71st minute. Corey Bates. A 2 now. Mugabe trying to run it down on the far side, but Dyer will get there first for Manhattan. You're going to call a foul on that as Luwawa hit the deck. Reyes will take this free kick now for the Falcons here in the 72nd minute. 2-0 for Kansas Christian. Those of you who might just be joining us, Talis Rocio with a penalty kick in the 22nd minute made it 1-0 for the Falcons. Abraham a 2 in the 58th minute off a corner kick. Made it 2-0. Falcons are playing a man down right now as players sent off. Here's Mugabe with a nice ball. Rocio on the far side, I believe. Runs out of room. Can the Thunder get the counter going? Hickle. Long ball, nicely done to Smith. Smith pass off the mark. The pass has just not been crisp for the Thunder. Hickel, though, gets back on it. Boots it. It's deflected out by Kansas. Headed back by Valdez. Bates. And again, easy play for the defense that time. Luwawa. Hernandez trying to get the through ball in. Toy was there. Luwawa intercepts his pass. Top of the box. Fires it right side to Mugabe. Puts it in the back of the net. And that should do it for the Falcons. Third goal, a man down, doesn't matter. Kansas Christian 3-0. Let's run that one back. The passing today has been the difference. You see it on display right there. The assist by Luwawa Mugabe with the goal, and this one is in the books. 8th goal of the year for Roberto Mugabe. Happened in the 73rd minute. And it's all Falcons here tonight. Valdez. Canico unable to do anything with that, and Rays will pick it up. I mentioned how young the Falcons are. This is a relatively young team for Manhattan as well. Chris Smith is a freshman. So a lot of the production for Chris Smith, you're going to see him up in Kansas for several more years. But his main running partner, Corey Bates, is a senior. Barring some kind of a transformation in the universe that will allow the Thunder to work themselves back in it. Corey Bates playing in his final game. Dakota Fox. Although I don't think, Fox is out there. Jaden Hickel is the other senior. So some good production between those three seniors are going to be out of the fray as they wrap up their collegiate careers here tonight. Some subs coming in for Kansas Christian. It's number 26, Gabriel Lite Santos, a freshman. Number 4, Tiago Sanchez has come in. As the Falcons start to look ahead to tomorrow now. And an opportunity to rest some guys. This is going to be a quick turnaround. So some smart controlling of the pitch right now for the Falcons. They still have a couple main guys out there. Mugabe's still out there over on the far side. Hickel trying to find some room with the through ball on the far side. It's taken back again. Got another whistle here. This time a free kick for the Thunder. A lot of fouls in the opening half for the Falcons. They played a little bit cleaner, minus that red card, of course, here in this second. That ball into the box. Nobody's there to meet it, though. It will be a throw for the Thunder here. The wind has taken a little bit of a break. I can still kind of hear it whipping, but not as consistently as it was at the start of the second half. Still very breezy day, but Crook sends it into the box, firing it. Not a bad effort there by Kaneko, but it's just over the crossbar. As you saw Rays get his pull-ups in. 77th minute. Kansas Christian on their way not only to winning 3 in a row against Manhattan here in 2022, but getting back to the region final. That'll be tomorrow afternoon against either Randall or Southwestern Adventist. And assuming, unless the home team can pull off the upset, Southwestern Adventist played Randall very close in their lone meeting this year. It was a 1-goal victory for Randall, who had some injuries in that game. They did have some injuries. They got 1 goal early in the 13th minute, and then that was it. They also held the Knights to just 1 shot. So Randall, they are the favorites, but the Knights are playing much better and have been playing much better as the season has gone on. But if it is Kansas Christian and Randall, assuming that the top seeds take care of business, which right now the Falcons are more than doing their part, be an interesting rematch of that 1-1 game that was played back on October 22nd. Muganza asking for a foul, gets the whistle finally. 79th minute, we've got 11:37 left to go in this one. Mo'o coming in. The junior is going to take this free kick now for the Falcons, who again go deep into their bench. And that kick is off the mark. Reyes plays it to O. O gets it back. Near side, it's Sanchez now. Nice little 1-2 attempt, but that pass just a little too far forward. 80th minute, we have less than 11 to play in this one. Falcons, a dominating semifinal performance here today. Corey Bates looking for Smith, and again, we've talked a lot about the midfielders for the Falcons here today. Those back 2 center backs have really stymied Chris Smith's opportunities. Bates will fire it, but that's going out of play. And it wasn't deflected, so Rays will have another goal kick. Two Southwest Region championships for the Falcons, back-to-back in 2017-2018. I talked about it during last night's play-in game between SWAU and Barclay. What a fabulous region this is for men's soccer. I hope we get to the point where it's that way for women's soccer as well. Right now it's not. But when you're talking about the Southwest region, nice ball there by O. When you think about the Southwest region and their strongest sports, soccer's up there, women's basketball is up there, volleyball's up there too, but it's really men's soccer and women's basketball are 1A and 1B, and then volleyball is more second, a distant second. There's a lot of good teams in this. Manhattan Christian, I know, knows this very well. There's a lot of good teams in the Southwest region when it comes to volleyball. Not as many title contenders as there are in women's basketball or men's soccer is the point I'm trying to make, though. Arlington, Manhattan, Randall, Although Randall's having a down year, and Champion, I did some of their volleyball games this year. Very good year for the Tigers, but none of those expected to contend for a national championship this year the way Randall or even Kansas Christian, if they're able to get in, would be on the men's soccer side. Same thing with women's basketball when you talk about Arlington, of course, who has won so many national championships on the ladies' side. Champion. Here's Crook firing it low. Kaneko and Reyes makes the dive on it. 83rd minute. 7.5 to play in this one. First of two semifinals. We'll wrap up, take a break, give you the top seed Randall against the host school Southwestern Adventist. That shot into the box. Going to be cleared out. So Kansas Christian will be down a player. This is such a deep roster. It really shouldn't matter too much for the Falcons, but they will be down a starter on the scissor kick attempt there by our mystery person for the Falcons. It goes over the crossbar and out of bounds. Oh, on the far side. Here's Valdez. Now Crook. Possession trading around a little bit here. Bates, good through ball. Smith trying to run it down, and it's going to be played back to the keeper, Rays. '85th minute now, less than 6 to go here in Texas. There in Texas. That Mugabe still out there over on the far side, still trying to run him down. And that's going to go back, I believe, for another goal kick. Yeah, I was wondering if maybe the Thunder got a touch on that one. They did not. Throw now for Crook. Nice defense there by Moon. Sanchez plays it forward. And we got another whistle. Here in the 86th minute. So taking the free kick again is O. He gives way now, Muganza. Too much on it. Goal kick to come. Santos. Ugonza sends it to the far side. Defense is there again. That was Crook, I believe. Here's Fox turning it over. So the Falcons have brought in some subs. Most of the first unit is out, but the pressure continues. 88th minute, less than 3 to go here in this one. Thunder looking for an elusive goal here. Remember, they've been up a man for probably the last, 20 minutes or so. Can't remember exactly when the player for the Falcons was sent off. Mugabe has shown no signs of slowing down here today as he gets into a collision with Dyer. It's going to be a corner kick here in the 89th minute. Ball into the box. A foot on it by Sanchez, but it's cleared out by the Thunder. Those of you who might be joining us for the end of this one, a penalty kick. Talis Rocio in the 22nd minute put it in the back of the net to make it 1-0. That was all the scoring in the first half. Then in the 58th on a corner kick, Abraham a 2 in the box, put it in the back of the net. Net was open at the time. And then 15 minutes later in the 73rd, Roberto Mugabe with his 8th goal of the year, 3-0 for the Falcons, as we have less than a minute to go here in this one. The Thunder player shaken up there. Foul called on the Falcons. Not sure if they stopped the clock yet, but so an injury timeout here in the 90th minute. We'll take a break. Back to live action, folks. We'll get the graphic off for you. Manhattan Christian here in the closing seconds. Chihuahua Dos Reyes going to get a clean sheet, it looks like. Thanks in part to these defensive mids and the back four for the Falcons. Looks like that's going to do it. So the Falcons advance to the championship game. Manhattan Christian wraps their season 10-9. But Kansas Christian 9-5-1 now. And they go to the championship game where they will take on the winner of our next game between the Knights of Southwestern Adventist and the top seed Randall Saints. We'll have that one for you coming up here in just a little bit. For now, we're going to go away. come on back to YouTube in about, I'd say, 15, 20 minutes or so. We'll see when they decide to start things